guys, so today I'm doing 5 books that I feel are very underrated within the booktube community, but that I really enjoy. So most of the time when I'm reading, I'm going to be reading something that's kind of popular or that has been talked about a lot on booktube, because I really do respect the views and the opinions of a lot of the booktubers on here, and I feel like they have a lot of good opinions on what books are good and what books aren't, so I kind of go off of their recommendations. But there are quite a few books that I have chosen on my own and that I feel are really good and that should be talked about more on booktube. So the first book that I have is A Countess Belowstairs by Eva Ibbotson, and I love this book so much. She has quite a few of these kind of books where it's a historical romance, and I have a few of them on my shelf kind of down below on the shelves that you can't see. But this one is the first book that I read of hers and I love it so much. It is about a young Russian girl named Anna, and she's kind of in the upper echelon of Russian society during the revolution. And she flees Russia with just herself and the clothes on her back, and she becomes a servant in a very esteemed home in England. She has to keep her past as a countess a secret, and she begins to fall in love with the owner of the household, Rupert Westholme. And I love this book so much. I thought it was so well written. It's fairly big, and it definitely had all of the historical things about the Russian Revolution and how the rest of the world was during that time. And I love it so much. I just love the characterization, and the romance was so good. And just everything about this book was just so nice. I love historical romance and I love historical fiction in general. And so if you do as well, then I would check this out. And even if you don't, this might be a good one to kind of, test your feet in the water and see if you like it. Continuing with the trend of historical fiction, which I feel like, side note, doesn't get a lot of hype on booktube anyway, is The Other Countess. Both titles have Countess in them, which is kind of interesting. But this is by Eve Edwards, and I love this book so much. I think I've read this book about 3 times since I've gotten it. And this book is about a girl named Ellie, and her father is an alchemist and her mother is dead but left her the title of Countess. And she is being forced out of her home by a boy named William Lacey, who has inherited the title of Earl from his father, and his family is in financial ruin. And it is so good. It follows both of their points of view as they kind of navigate both of their experiences being poor and also having a title. And this is set in the 1500s, and I love it so much. If you read any of these books, make it this one because it is so good. I love the character of Ellie. She is so independent and spunky and smart and resilient, and she is amazing. I love her so much, and please read it. The next book I have is Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour, and I don't know how much I've talked about this book on my channel, but I've talked about it a lot on Twitter, so if you follow me then you probably already know how much I love this book. But basically this is about a girl, and she is a set designer in LA, and her brother leaves her his apartment and tells her just to kind of have this adventure and just to have fun and not worry about anything and do something special with the apartment. And so she does, and she ends up finding this girl who is possibly related to a big movie star back in the day. And I love it so much. It is a women loving women romance, and it is amazing and beautiful, and the writing is gorgeous and atmospheric and aesthetically pleasing, and it's so good. If you like anything about romance or LA or anything like that, even the movie business, then you will love this book. It is so good. I cannot give this a better review. It is just I'm planning on rereading this soon. So yeah, I really love this book. The next book I have is Audrey Wait by Robin Benway, and this is a book about a girl named Audrey, and she breaks up with her boyfriend who is in this band, and they're kind of struggling, and he ends up writing a song called Audrey Wait, and it becomes a huge smash hit. And she, Audrey, is kind of thrust into the spotlight being the girl that the biggest song in the country is about, and I Love this book so much. This is a book that I read when I was about maybe in middle school, maybe freshman year of high school, and I've reread this book and I love it so much. I think it's so funny and so good. Like, look at the back. Like, there are so many reviews on this back of the book. But if you're looking for a contemporary book kind of in the music scene, then I would totally recommend Audrey Wait. The very last book that I'm going to recommend is The Glittering Court by Richelle Mead. And Richelle Mead is a very big author. I don't think her books need too much good publicity. However, I don't hear a lot of people talking about The Glittering Court, so it kind of makes me feel like it's a little underrated, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's very fast-paced, and it's so cool because it kind of has sort of a Western vibe to it towards the middle and end of the book, and I thought that was so interesting. Not a lot of books that I read have a Western cowboy-ish vibe to them, and this one was so cool. If you don't know what The Glittering Court is about, it is about a girl and she is going to be married off to someone that she doesn't love, and so instead she decides to pretend to be her maid and join the Glittering Court. And the Glittering Court is a bunch of girls that are taught to be ladies and are sent off to this new world to be wives to these really wealthy pioneer guys. And so that's what The Glittering Court is about, and I loved it so much, and I think you would really enjoy this one as well. So there you guys go. Those are my 5 books that I feel are a little underrated within the booktube community. And if you like this video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books or if there are other books that you feel are underrated that you liked. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!